Hi, so I'm responding to your request for a reading, and it's in regards to a relationship. You had mentioned that the person you were recently with, or that you ended your relationship with, wanted to start over as friends or be friends. So I'm going to do the shadow spread for you, and this is basically going to give you a little bit more in-depth insight to what is actually going on here in the situation. And I'm sure you have questions or you're concerned about whether you should be friends with this person or if that's a good idea. So I'm going to pull 7 cards for you. So card number 1 is going to represent your perception of the current situation here. So let's go ahead. So codependency. So I'm sure codependency means something to you. When I pull this card, I think of a relationship. Obviously, codependency. This is 2 people working together, but also being dependent upon somebody, whether it's you or her. This is the basis of the current situation or your perception of the current situation. So let's go ahead and move on to card number 2. This is what you're missing in the situation. This says choose love. So this card is upside down, which normally means that there's a negative or an opposite aspect that needs to be focused on right here. So what you're missing right now is love, basically. Your ability to choose love over your personal intentions, or over your own selfish personal intentions, I should say. So this is currently what's missing out of the situation, out of the heart of the matter. Okay, card number 3 represents what you're willfully ignoring. So basically this is something that you know, but you just don't want to deal with it. You don't want to face it. So this says true love. This card is sideways. So very rarely do I pull cards sideways, but when I do, this means that there's a balance here, or like going back and forth here. And right now you're going back and forth with the fact that this could be love or this could not be love. But because, for the simple fact, what you're missing is love in general, probably because of your insecurities or because of hurt feelings, something is not going the way that you quite intended it to go, or that you thought it would go, that you're now on back and forth, and you don't know if you want to be with this person. You don't know if you like this person right now. You don't know really how to feel. So the next card is going to represent what your intuition is trying to tell you. So then I have the new chapter card. So your intuition is trying to tell you that it's time for a new chapter. The fact that this person maybe wants to be friends could signify that they do like you, they do want to be with you, but they just aren't sure if you're ready for that. And based off the previous 2 cards I pulled, I can see why, because you're going back and forth, and even prior to this, I'm sure feelings of your own insecurities, things that have happened to you in the past, and even maybe some of her insecurities that make you feel some type of way, because you want this relationship to be open. You wanted it to be the dream relationship, but people have to understand that you have to be able to bring those things to the table yourself. You can't expect for somebody to be open with you if you're not willing to be open with them or be open with yourself. So a new chapter, especially wanting to start over as friends, this might be giving you a second chance to prove that you are worthy of being in a relationship with this person. So maybe it's time for you to put in some work to do something different. So the next card is going to represent what you're actually asking. And this is compassion. So you're asking for compassion, and compassion is understanding. When you're compassionate about something, it means that you're really not judging the person or the situation or the circumstance. You're understanding it. When you understand something, then you know what it is you have to do. You know what choice you need to make. And so what you're actually asking for is an understanding of the situation, what's going on in the situation, what's going on with this person. And the best way to do that is to close your mouth and open your heart, open your ears. You don't have to be right all the time. It doesn't have to go your way all the time, and it's not going to go your way all the time. A relationship is about 2 people working together. So The next card is going to represent the reality of the situation. So challenge, the reality of the situation, oops, I dropped that there, is that this relationship is a challenge. This situation is a challenge, but nothing great, nothing wonderful just comes easily or just comes because we want to. There are steps we have to take. There's work we have to put in order to achieve that level of greatness or the desired goal. So this is the basis of the current situation. It's going to be challenging to be just friends with somebody, but when you're being just friends with somebody, this means you actually have to pay attention to them, and not to what you want out of the situation. This gives you guys both a chance to really get to know each other, if that is genuinely what wants to happen. And then finally, the next card is what could make the situation worse. So I pulled the honesty card. What can make the situation worse? Honesty, not in the way that you think. Honesty can never make something worse, but being harsh, being bold, and not being tactful with your speech. So you might be telling the truth about how you feel, but because you're being aggressive, and because you're being because your feelings are hurt and you want this person to know how you feel, even though it's the truth, this could greatly impact you in a negative way, because that's really not how you want to get your point across. There's an old saying, you catch more flies with honey than you do, or you catch more bees with honey than you do with shit. So be able to express yourself in an open way, in a way that's calm, in a way that's not aggressive or threatening, and you will really get through to this person. And then finally, what can make the situation better? So spiritual connection. So being it's not about being holy. This is about your spirit, connecting from the spirit with this person, connecting from your heart, from your soul with this person, can greatly improve the friendship. You know, some of the best relationships are friendships. They're not from people who are married or shacking up, going together, anything like that. They're through friends, and sometimes we think that we have to be with every person that we are attracted to or that we have strong feelings for. Sometimes we're just meant to be a friend to that person because it can bring us a great sense of inner peace. It can bring us a great sense of happiness and joy. So the spiritual connection here for you is, one, getting to know yourself more, the things that you like, what you're willing to put up with, what you're not willing to put up with, and also being able to understand your feelings and express them in a positive and calm way. And then once you understand how you feel, how to express yourself, you'll know how to communicate with this other person. So I hope this reading has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, I think I said I was going to pull 7 cards, but it's actually 8 cards, so don't worry about that. If you have any questions, you know where to contact me, and that'll do. Bye bye.